Hello everyone, welcome to our social media marketing training. So today we're going to talk about branding for freelancers. So this is our lesson 3 and I have a question. Why branding yourself is important? Because branding, a successful brand self promotes, it stimulates a unique experience. It breeds loyalty and offers consistency in the quality of the service it offers. Brands are also used as a way to connect on a universal level. And here are a few reasons why branding yourself is important. First, you'll be an expert in your field. So not everyone knows who you are, and since that means they probably have no idea what you do and how good you do it. It's vital for you to give your skills a bit of recognition. Then branding yourself isn't entirely about who you are as an individual, but mostly about what kind of services and goods you can offer. And next, why branding is important? Because you become an asset. Having an asset that's unique and commands respect is a good investment, especially if you're a freelance designer. By branding yourself, you become the asset, and the product you market is your set of skills or services. You're your own unique product, and no one can take that away from you. So, structuring yourself to become the asset will add value to not only your business, but also your skills and experience. When you're the asset, your business revolves around you, and therefore, you're irreplaceable. You will be recognized for who you are and, most importantly, what you do. Then be a memorable force. So this is one of the advantage of branding yourself properly to become a memorable force. When companies annoyingly repeat TV and radio commercials, they aren't trying to sell you the product at that instant. They do it so that the first thing you remember when you go to the department store is their brand. It doesn't matter what line of product you choose as long as you go with their brand. So same concept when it comes to branding yourself. If your brand can successfully reach out and influence potential clients when they start up their browser or need a specific project to be worked on, your brand is the first thing that pops into their minds. Having a catchy name for your freelance business that's easy to remember is a plus. So, for example, when you think about quality browsers with customizable elements, who do you think of? Who do you think of? For me, it's Firefox. The name and image behind the brand is simply compelling. So, next is when you are branding yourself properly, you stand above the rest. So, what defines a brand is the services or products behind it. For example, who would WordPress be without its content management services? Just a catchy name and nothing more. So just like yourself, who would you be if you don't have a content of management services or a compelling content that you're going to relay to the customers? Then creating a brand that stands out requires you to develop an image that is consistent with what your brand has to offer. The image you choose to represent your brand should be simple, straightforward, and convey what you or your business does. The colors you choose should provoke interest, and you should use color theory to make your logo creative and unique. Then next is you can build trust and recognition when you are branding yourself. So branding yourself allows you to easily engage with your clients and build trust. Once your clients begin to trust you, they'll never forget you. And another one is It is easier to find you if you have a brand for yourself. A brand that's easy to remember is easier to find, right? Then if your brand has unique properties and succeeds in attracting attention, then you'll have a better chance of having potential clients hear about you and easily find you as well. So, branding yourself keeps you current in your chosen field, opens doors for you, and creates a lasting impression on clients. By developing your own brand, you'll have control over people's initial perception. So if you don't brand yourself, someone else will, and the outcome might not be in your favor. So there are some challenges that freelancers face when marketing a product or service online. So that includes, first one is lack of a compelling unique message to earn their target audience attention. So if your content is not compelling enough, and even if you are using a very attractive image, you won't get the attention of your target audience. So next is, there's a lot of competition. There's indirect and indirect marketing themselves online. So there are a lot of freelancers in different freelancer platforms that you're going to compete with, and they are a lot more experienced than you are, because at this stage you're still learning and you're just exploring. Okay, so when a target prospect decides on whether to buy your product or not, with price as the highest influencing factor. So some prospects decide not with price, but the highest influencing factor. So how are you going to influence? How are you going to compel the audience that you have that highest influencing factor? So first, you have to show what you have done in the past, what you have achieved, what you have um, uh, gained, something that will boost yourself, and what are the ways that help your clients boost their sales. So what makes customer decide to buy your product or service is the way you communicate. So if you are going to compel yourself and you are going to sell yourself properly, so you can get the attention of your target audience. So next is, are you fascinating when you communicate? So when you're saying fascinating, of course, someone is happy to talk with you. Someone is satisfied to talk with you. So the more you can intelligently observe people's online style, the more quickly you can fascinate them with your own. So you must study your target audience. So observe their style, observe their hobbies, their favorite places to go, and their likes on things, and what social media they like to go to. So next is, we are going to use the brand fascination profile. So open it on brandfascination.com. So this was created by Sally Hagsed, and we're going to have a test that anyone can take to assess what makes your product or service or brand fascinating to others. So the test result gives you, first, your brand's fascination advantage. So what are those brand's fascination advantage? So there are passion, there are mystique, power, and a lot more. So uh, there are 7 fascination advantage that will come up to your test. Depends on how you answer the questions. So next is, there are 5 adjectives that will best describe your fascination advantage. The next is the 4 marketing pillars you need to observe whenever marketing a product or service. So we're going to explain this further. So, fascination advantage, according to Sally Hogshead, author of Fascinate, there are 7 fascination advantages that you can use in communicating your uniqueness. Taking the brand fascination assessment will help you discover what get others attracted to your MSME or your own brand, including the first one is power. So if your fascination advantage is power, power is the language of confidence. Then think about communicate opinions regarding the industry segment you are in. The next is innovation. Innovation is the language of creativity. So think about rather than follow how others do it, consider how can you be more creative in positioning a product or service. So you have your own thinking. You are not following the others. You're not going with the flow, which is very common. So you want it to be unique. So next one is passion. Passion is the language of relationship. Think about focus on how you can engage your customers, eliciting a wow effect with the way you communicate. Then prestige. Prestige is the language of excellence. Think about what method or technique or way of doing business that you want to be the best at. Make that your signature and emphasize in your communication. Then the fifth one is trust. Trust is the language of stability. Think about how can you make your product or service trustworthy. The next is mystique. Mystique is the language of listening. Think about how can we make our prospects want to learn more. Then alert, the language of details. Think about how can we make our prospects take action now. So by utilizing the 5 adjectives, when you take the brand fascination test and review your results, one of the important insight is the 5 adjectives you can use to improve your product or service write-up. So use it to make you stand out. So utilizing the 5 adjectives, here's an example. So this is an example from Miss Janet Rural. The original write-up is the Certified E-Commerce Specialist Entrepreneur Professional Program is a training course designed for individuals who would like to learn the why, what, how of e-commerce and build a credible showcase of e-commerce projects completed. So here's the revised one using the brand fascination results. So these bold words comes from the result of your brand fascination. Yeah, I think this is power. Power, yeah. So this is the result of your brand fascination with 5 adjectives. The goal-oriented, decisive, purposeful, assertive, and opinionated. So this was used in the original write-up. This was revised and inserted in the original write-up. As you can see, the revised version. So, let's read this. The Certified E-Commerce Specialist Entrepreneur Professional Program is so we're going to insert a goal-oriented training course for decisive individuals who are purposeful in learning the why, what, how of e-commerce, designed to help assertive students in building a credible portfolio showing their unique opinionated style. So, as you can see, utilizing the 5 adjectives will build up more your branding. So, next is, when you use the 5 adjectives as is, using a variation can lessen its impact. So, as a service provider, knowing how to use brand fascination will help improve your writing and communication approach focused in your client's differentiation. So, next is the 4 marketing pillars. So, the result there was not power, the result was passion. So, the 4 adjectives of passion was goal-oriented, decisive, purposeful, assertive, and opinionated. So, the 4 marketing pillars of passion is woo with wow. The next is use the 5 senses. Then, put last before logic, and create a strong and immediate emotional response. So this was the result in the brand fascination test. So another important aspect of the report is the four marketing pillars that serve as your voice guide in communicating your brand fascination. For power, this includes lead the way, take control, pursue specific goals, and voice your opinions of authority. So here is an example of how I use this. So lead the way. We work with government agencies in designing e-commerce training programs and aim at training MSMEs and inspiring freelancers to become competitive, helping them get online buyers or clients as a result. So using the take control, we develop certification training programs that produce compelling evidence output attesting to the expertise gained by our students and graduates. Then, pursue specific goals. We are one with the government in enabling 100,000 MSMEs, including professionals, to do e-commerce. Then lastly, voice opinions of authority. How are we going to construct that sentence? We focus our students to embark on projects that will help in enabling more people to embark in e-commerce. So in your write-ups, the four marketing pillars need not be included, but the essence should be. So when there is so much noise in the online world, it is important for your message to connect and fascinate. So for your task 3, work in your brand fascination profile. Go to brandfascination.com and submit your assignment in Google Slides formats with the following. So in slide 1, your name. Slide 2, your products and service list. Slide 3, your brand fascination advantage. Slide 4, your about me description using the 5 adjectives from the brand fascination profile report. And in slides 5 to 8, you write up highlighting business practice or differentiation in each of the 4 marketing pillars. Then slide 9, your brand tagline using one of the adjectives, and submit the link to your Google Slides here. Remember, do not check the task as complete as it will prevent your classmates from submitting their work. I hope that we have you have understand and you have learned a lot in our lesson today. So, thank you.